אוקיי, אנחנו בפרשת דברים. We are in the middle of the summer, בפרשת דברים, עכשיו בא, תמיד היא באה ככה, it comes before בין המצרים. So כלי יקר has a beautiful explanation על הפסוק, אלה הדברים אשר דיבר משה לבני ישראל. We know that Moshe Rabbeinu is rebuking עם ישראל, and all the places that are mentioned are remez to the places that they make sin. So he say, בין פרן ובין תופל ולבן. Rashi explained תופל, he said, we look at all the Tanakh, we didn't find the place that called תופל. So he said, תופל is because they spoke לשון הרע about a man. But בכלי יקר coming with something new. בין פרן ובין תופל. I'll read it slowly and I'll explain. לשון בין ובין, מקום איתי להוסיף שנית. I want to explain what does it mean בין פרן ובין תופל. Tell me, בפרן אין תופל. What is בין פרן ובין תופל? This is talking about בין ובין, בין 17 לתמוז לתשעה באב. Which kind of things happen between 17 בתמוז לתשעה באב? So כלי יקר explain. 17 בתמוז was the time that the Lochot was broken. They worshipped the Egel, עבודה זרה. בתשעה באב, פרן, is calling תופל, is עבודה זרה מלשון תפלות. קוראים לה עבודה זרה תפלות קוראים לה. And פרן is the place that שילוח המרגלים. When the מרגלים come back מארץ ישראל, and they started to talk bad, it's starting to be בכייה לדורות. So it's between תשעה באב לבין, between 17 בתמוז לתשעה באב. 17 בתמוז is תופל, שבירת הלוחות. תשעה באב, מעשה המרגלים. So כלי יקר is telling you here something like that. It's talking in general when עם ישראל has a lot of oivim, right? שהיו במדבר, according to כלי יקר, how can you overcome the oivim of עם ישראל? There is שני דרכים, two ways. One way, השגחת השם יתברך, when you are דבק להשם יתברך, איך אתה דבק להשם יתברך? על ידי שאתה דבק בתורה, אתה מנצח במלחמה עם האויבים. This is above natural way. It's not something natural. All המלחמות שאנחנו מנצחים, look, you can explain, maybe it's the F-16, the tanks win, but you have to know that עם ישראל is winning because they are קרובים להשם. There was a small story in 1980 or 1981 when Israel attacked the atomic planet in Iraq, 1980 I think, or 81. They said the army intelligence, they had a special plane how to go and attack it. Menachem Begin was the Rosh Mimshala. Menachem Begin made a meeting with one of the biggest rabbis, I think Arav Shach, I'm not sure. One of the biggest rabbis. He told him, please give us beracha to this operation. So the rabbi, I'm not sure, I don't remember the name. I think it's Rabbi Shach. He told him, what time is the operation going to be? He told him, this is the time. He said, can you delay it about 2 hours, hour and a half, 2 hours? They make a plan, a strategic plan. And is it a way for them to do it? So Menachem Begin said, I'll speak to the chief of staff. He spoke to them. He said, yeah, no problem, we'll do it. He gave him beracha. They went to the operation. Nobody got hurt. We finished the planet of Saddam Hussein. Nobody got hurt. What happened in this 1 hour and a half that you told him to delay it? That's the time that all the Talmidei Chachamim b'kolelim, they go to lunch. They don't study in this time. He said, I want to give you beracha in the time when all the students are learning. That's the beracha of Am Yisrael. That's a small example. So one way to overcome the enemies above the nature is to be davek b'Torah. Kli Yakar said, it was something like that, but he told him, Anyway, there is another way, more natural, more natural. Which is the other way more natural? When Am Israel is united, me'uchad. Okay, everything is from Hashem, but it's more like more natural way. When you are me'uchad, you are able to win your enemies. We see it. 1967, Am Israel was in Milchemet 6-day war. We were in danger. Israel was like so small and shrink. It was like a place between the east and the west. You can pass it in 5 seconds in the plane. We went to war with 3 nations. We beat them like unbelievable. We were meuchadim in that time. All Israel, Am Betzara, ayu meuchadim kulam. So there is 2 ways. Now these 2 ways, in the time that they were in the Midbar, Paran, ותופל, Paran is the מעשה המרגלים. מעשה המרגלים was based about שנאת חינם. Because the מרגלים came and they said, בשנאת השם אותנו הוציאנו. The minute you say השם שונא אותך, it means you have this מידה of שנאת חינם between you. If you're talking about השם שונא אותך, it means you have this מידה between you. They didn't have, they had the שנאת חינם. And in Tofel, which was when the Luchot was breaking, 17 בתמוז, that's when הופקעה העיר, in the future, in that time also, נשברו הלוחות, it's a sign for the future, לבקיעת העיר. You see that when Am Israel doesn't stick to Hashem and Torah, there is a problem. When Am Israel is not united, there is a problem. So בין המצרים, these 2 מצרים that were in the desert, the סימן לבאות. You have to be careful in these things. The minute you are not careful with the התקרבות לתורה, you are going to have a problem. The minute you don't have שנאת חינם, you have a problem. And it happened in the future, between 17 תמוז ו9 באב. So this is a lesson for the future all the time. Be careful. Baruch Hashem, we have a lot of Torah, but then you hear they putting in jail some student of Torah. So we have to work. Baruch Hashem, there is a lot of Torah, it's explosion. We have to work on that. Sinat Chinam also, we see sometimes there's different division in Am Israel. This guy go this way, this guy go this way. Baruch Hashem, we can be united. So the lesson is that you have to work on it. If not, it means you are Ben HaMetzarim. What is Metzarim? Like straight. You are in the straight. You have this Metzar on one side and the other Metzar on the other side. You have to go in between to be careful with these 2 borders. Up to real.